Have you ever wondered what it would take for the Toronto Maple Leafs to finally break through and make a serious championship run? Well, buckle up, because the trade deadline is approaching, and there are whispers of a potential blockbuster that could change everything. With key gaps in the lineup, could a big name in the center position or a top-tier defenseman be the missing piece? This isn't just speculation. These moves could be the game changer we've all been waiting for. If you're as passionate about the Leafs as I am, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on every thrilling twist and turn. The Toronto Maple Leafs are at a crucial juncture as the trade deadline approaches. Jonas Siegel, from The Athletic, laid out some compelling reasons why now might be the time for the Leafs to make a significant move. With a couple of holes in the lineup and the Eastern Conference looking more open than it has in years, the pressure is on. Siegel highlights the need for a reliable third-line center and a top-4 right-handed defenseman. Currently, the Leafs have some right-handed defenders like Chris Tanev and Connor Timmins, but let's be honest, Tanev is the only one who can consistently handle those big minutes. He's a solid player, but can he elevate this team when it matters most? That's the question. Now, Siegel suggests that the Leafs should aim for someone like Colton Parayko instead of short-term fixes like Luke Shen or David Savard. Sure, acquiring Parayko wouldn't be easy. He has a full no-trade clause. But considering he logs over 24 minutes a night with the Blues and brings that physicality and shot-blocking ability, he could be a game-changer for Toronto. Imagine adding that kind of talent to an already potent lineup. On the center front, Ryan O'Reilly from the Nashville Predators is the name that stands out. With a very manageable salary and a history with the Leafs, he could seamlessly fill that third-line role. Let's face it, we need an upgrade there, especially after how Pontus Holmberg performed in last year's playoffs against the Bruins. The pressure is mounting, and we need someone who can deliver, not just be another warm body on the ice. But here's where it gets tricky. How much are the Leafs willing to give up? In recent years, they've made some bold moves, trading away first-round picks to offload contracts or bring in players. But let's not forget, they've only advanced past the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs once in that time. Those decisions have haunted us, haven't they? Brad Treliving has taken a different approach this past year, and it raises the question, is he going to stick to a more conservative strategy or take a swing for the fences? The highest value asset he moved last season was a third-round pick for Joel Edmondson. That's quite a contrast. For the Leafs to really make noise, they might have to part with some promising prospects or even their first-round pick in 2026. Are they ready to do that? Honestly, I'm torn. Do you think this was the best decision? I want to hear your thoughts. Share your expectations in the comments below. Each move can either strengthen our chances or set us back further. With the NHL trade deadline looming just around the corner, the Toronto Maple Leafs are under immense pressure to make some serious moves. Jonas Siegel from The Athletic made a compelling argument that the Leafs can't afford to adopt a cautious approach this year. After last season's lackluster playoff performance, where the additions they made had little impact, it's clear that something has to change. Siegel insists that if it's not now, then when? The urgency is palpable, and fans, like us, are feeling it too. We want to see a splash. A bold move that sends a message that the Leafs are serious about pursuing a championship. We've already seen the Leafs make some strategic acquisitions this season, bringing in defenders Ilya Lyubushkin and Joel Edmondson, along with forward Connor Dewar. But let's be honest, while these moves were solid, they didn't set the world on fire. The depth at center remains a glaring issue, particularly behind Auston Matthews and John Tavares. Siegel points out that the players slotted into those third-line center roles just haven't made the impact we need, especially when the games really matter. It's frustrating, isn't it? We want to believe that this is our year, but the current roster just isn't cutting it. What's even more concerning is the limited trade market. If GM Brad Treliving isn't willing to part with key prospects or impactful players, we could end up with more of the same marginal players who won't help us get over that playoff hump. Elliot Friedman also noted that without a first-round pick in 2025, the Leafs could struggle to land that coveted second-line center. It makes you wonder, how committed are we to making a serious run? Justin Bourne believes that to acquire a Genuine game changer, the Leafs will have to part with at least one of their top prospects, like Easton Cowan or Fraser Minton. Honestly, I'm torn on this. Do we sacrifice our future for a shot at the present? It's a tough call, but if we want to see the Leafs finally break through in the playoffs, it might be necessary. As the Maple Leafs return to action in second place in the Atlantic Division with a 33-22 record, the path to the Stanley Cup doesn't look as daunting as it has in years past. But we all know this is the NHL. Anything can happen. If the Leafs can make 1 or 2, maybe even 3 serious additions, they could elevate their game and truly contend. So, what do you think? Are these the right moves for the team? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Let's get this conversation going. And remember, if you want to stay updated on all the latest news and analysis about our beloved Maple Leafs, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Activate that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's go, Leafs.